What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Square Slim, aka Coach the Don, and welcome to JVTV, our one and only exclusively anime podcast. And today we're going to be on Discord with the guys, reviewing the new, latest My Hero movie, World Heroes Mission, and going to see what we did like, what we didn't like. Was it an A? Was it kind of a D? Gonna get everybody's opinion. Stay tuned. I had a few issues with these movies. Honestly, I had a lot of things to say about this movie, and that's why I got all my guys here that I saw the movie with on Discord, so we can all talk about it. But first, I want to hear. Honestly, first, tell me what all y'all hated about the movie. What were the things y'all hated the most about the movie, and then we'll get about what y'all liked about it, and then we can say what could have been better and how we're rated.
I guess I had to go first because nobody else wanted to step up. I'm so disappointed in these Negroes. Anyway, so my whole thing with the movie was, I guess for me, I was in the theater yelling. Their budget, so I don't even know, bro. It's like the budget for the movie looked worse than the budget for the episodes. I'm sitting there looking at Bakugo's face change.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm watching MTV. I'm like, bro, what is this shit?
Right.
Bakugo had one of the coolest scenes in the entire movie, and it was just fucking around with his face. I was like, bro, what is this? And typical movie budgets are higher than the standardized budgets, right?
Definitely.
My thing was, if the budget is a standard, what did they put the money toward? The script? The name?
Nah, it couldn't have went towards that. But I definitely get where you're coming from, because when I was watching the movie myself, it didn't really feel like I was watching a movie. It kind of felt like the animation felt like season 1 or season 2 of the show to me. For me personally, like I've definitely said it again.
Season 2 was dope though.
Yeah, like I don't want to say the animation was it wasn't trash. I've definitely seen worse animation, but it's like for a movie, you expect a little bit more. Like the last movie was I liked the animation. That was a pretty good quality. It's My Hero, so I'm not expecting like Fate animation or Demon Slayer. But even in a movie, One Piece's movies, it's a higher budget, higher quality look that you expect.
They got money.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here full like My Hero ain't been making money after the last couple of years. They name for sure been coming up in the anime world.
You cannot deny that.
Exactly.
But I don't have any false equivalences.
Yeah, I think the animation was kind of mid, but I usually give My Hero a pass on the animation, whether I like it or not, only because I like the the sketching of the animation. Like even for the whole show, it feels like you're watching a comic book almost.
As it should be.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that aesthetic, that sketching aesthetic, I do fuck with. So even when the animation is kind of lacking, I give them a pass even when I probably shouldn't. Anybody else have any huge issues with the movie?
Yeah.
They don't. They want to say something. They're trying to be modest, being way too honest. Y'all know that shit was. Okay, so it's like it's sort of like when people compared Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 1, or was Uncharted 3 to Uncharted 2? Mm-hmm. The game is great, but when you have a series that has a certain standard, hold you to that standard in which you presented us with.
Right.
So while you may be better than most of the things out there, if you're getting worse by the series, you can't compare it to yourself, then it's like, yo, we gotta call you out.
Definitely.
You can still be better 99% of the things. If you can't meet your own standard or even beat your own standard, well, if you can't beat it or even meet it, it's like, bro, what's going on? How did you set the standard so high to begin if you can't be consistent?
Right. Don't introduce them to an energy you can't maintain.
Exactly. Problem with modern relationships.
Yeah. I do have a gripe though about the movie.
Talk to me.
Like two of them. So the first one is that when I was watching the movie, it didn't feel like I was watching the movie. It felt like I was watching like an extended episode.
Yeah.
Or like a special half hour.
Yeah.
More than just like, oh yeah, I'm at the movies watching a movie. It just felt like I'm watching the episode on big ass TV.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the gripes I have with the movie. And then the second one is that why promote the new, like, you know, that new costumes and stuff they were wearing? Like, they only show like 5 seconds of it, and then they go back to the old outfits that they was wearing. That shit didn't make sense.
Yeah, but it was a live introduction to the movie, how they did it. Like when they did have the fit on, I really fucked with it because it was my first time ever seeing it. Because I'm not caught up fully in the anime. I've only seen like the first half of the latest season, but I definitely did fuck with the fits that they put on. I was very disappointed that that's the only screen time those fits got, especially with them being so live. But who knows, maybe they just wanted to sell some toys and that's why they showed us so quickly. They just take it away.
Most likely. Like it was promoted it quite a bit.
Exactly.
They was wearing the outfit. So when I came into the movie, I would expect them to wear that. I was like, okay, they got some drip on.
Facts.
They switched to the other one, so I'm just like, are they gonna switch back or what's going on?
Yeah.
Waited the entire movie just because I pretty much not see it at all, and I'm just like, oh, well, I guess. But I mean, that was mainly my two gripes about it.
Mm-hmm.
The villain could have been slightly better. The backstory could have been better without the villain. It's just like, I was lonely.
Oh,
so I guess.
Yeah. The backstory was very, very vanilla. Super vanilla.
Yeah.
And it honestly didn't even really just make too much sense.
My man had a backstory like a fucking Ben 10 villain.
I was lonely. I couldn't make my parents love me, my girlfriend loved me, my friends loved me, so it's just me, myself, and I.
It didn't make sense to me why would his girlfriend leave him for that reason when she already knew about his quirk when they got together? That didn't make any sense to me.
Honestly.
It was so many holes.
Maybe she shot distress at him and he reflected it back.
What the fuck?
She realized I can't send him any negative emotions because it comes back.
Toxic.
I already made the joke about it when we got there. I was like, it's because when they got on the bed together, she tried to throw it back on him. That shit reflected right
What the
hell? Across the room, she like, boss.
That's how she got them dents in her cheeks.
No. Anybody else have any issues with the movie before I tell y'all what I hated about it? Because I have quite some issues.
Damn, nigga, did you get a pen and a pad and say quite some issues?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I took some notes during the movie. I was watching it.
Yeah.
I was watching the movie coming in to be thoroughly
Have
entertained.
you guys ever seen that anime Drifters?
I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys remember the opening thing? Yeah, in the OP, the guy with the newspaper and the glasses.
Yeah.
But that's literally what he just pulled just now. Got some issues.
Nah, real shit, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think, okay, so just to start it off, going into this movie, I didn't really have any, I don't want to say hugely inspiring expectations. Like, I wasn't expecting a 10 out of 10 movie, but I was at least expecting somewhere close to the realm of the last film. Because the last one was fantastic, phenomenal. They hit key points on background music, animation was better, storyline was a little bit better. The villain was kind of subpar, but only because it was a repetitious thing with One for All or whatever. But with this one, the storyline was vanilla. It was nothing we'd never seen before. Deku's fighting, the main fight, the ending fight. I had a huge issue with that, only because I can see why a lot of people would enjoy it, especially because at the end when they gave you all that fan service shit with him just turning up and maxing him out. Some people say he went Super Saiyan.
Let it go. Somebody in the back.
Man, and it's crazy because
no, whoever was in the back would sound like the Minions.
oh yeah, a lot of people were excited, and I get why, because it was visually pleasing for that scene. Like it was loud, but even like the villain itself, the whole fight seemed redundant to me. It seemed like something we've seen over and over again, cliche. Like, oh, okay, your quirk or power is you can reflect anything I do. Okay, well, if punching you won't work, I'll just punch you harder and I'm faster, and then I'll win that way. And it's like, oh my gosh, we've seen this so many times. We've just seen this in Boruto, where Naruto's fighting some android. I'm gonna just overload her. We've seen this with Boo in the Boo saga with Dragon Ball Z. I'm really just getting sick and tired of you're so powerful, and anything that I give you, you're gonna give right back to me. So I'm just gonna continue to hit you harder. Like, is nobody else tired of seeing that? Is that not old to anyone? Like, I feel like the type of fighter that Deku is, the type of character that Deku is, he's more advanced intellectually than the barbaric, I'm gonna just keep hitting you since this isn't working. Like, that's the literal definition of insane. To continue doing something and expect a different result. I mean, in this case it worked, but it's like, Deku, you're one of the smarter, heroes, well, really characters out of just anime. I don't expect you to just stay with the same fighting style, for me personally. Well, what did y'all think about that?
No, I agree, because, and the part that made it, I feel like the part that's kind of more bothersome towards it with Deku's way of it is that, against Delta, at least it was like something that you could, dodge. Literally, the repercussions of the Deku's attacks hit right back on him at the very moment. So, naturally, logically, you would think, okay, if you turn up more, that should have damaged him more, but it seemed like the shock that came back to Deku and hit him just did nothing. And I'm like, this ain't really.
That's a great point. Exactly. Lots of plot armor.
We discussed this.
Honestly, I really feel like this movie should not have been made. This movie was only made for those who just watch the anime.
Right.
Really just a money grab.
It for sure was a money grab.
Yeah, it was a
Definitely.
money grab. There was really no purpose.
Yeah.
Me and others we already talked about. They really should have just did a villain arc. They should have just did that as a movie. Honestly, that would have been much better. Yeah, she did that as a movie. That would have been way much better. That would have been more.
Oh, you talking about the villain arc from the manga?
Huh?
You saying the villain arc from the manga?
Oh, you didn't finish it. Okay, so at the very end of the anime, they got some talk more about the villains, because villains are in every season.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like having a movie for the villain part as opposed to this part. A bit more interesting.
In which that was pretty much the highlight of the last season, honestly. That was like the best part of the last season, was the villain.
I could imagine coming off that training part.
I really didn't see no direction, honestly, with the movie. The plot, like you said, was kind of vanilla, kind of basic, and then shit we haven't seen before.
Right.
I really didn't care for any of the characters, honestly. The ones that you cared for was the ones that you can't see, honestly. The side character, Bird or whatever, Roby, I was like, oh, that's cute, but we could have actually did something better with a different character or whatever.
That bird was cute though. Come on now.
It was cute. That was it. It was cute. That's it. Alright.
Yeah.
Move on. The villain. None of the villains I felt that was threatening. Honestly, like even the side villains, they didn't feel like, oh my gosh, that these niggas about to die or some shit. Like nah. Like.
Okay, so it was one character. I don't even know his name. Honestly, they didn't even really just introduce the character. But the villain, what you saw?
They just put him there, yeah.
Yeah, the villain that they had fighting Todoroki. To me, he seemed super overpowered for Todoroki, and there was no introduction to him, but they just kind of started fighting. And honestly, another issue for the movie for me was I didn't like any of the matchups that they had for the fights. Like, I think the best matchup, I guess, was Bakugo against those twins. And that's only because that was like a more back and forth type of fight. Everybody else, it was like, okay, we getting washed, but at the end we'll just pull some plot armor bullshit out and just win the fight. Just like Deku, just like Todoroki. Because Todoroki was literally getting drowned half of the fight by some monster lion thing. I don't know. and it seemed like he really shouldn't have been able to beat him. It seemed like a villain that he should have been like, hey, hold on, let me call my dad Endeavor because this is a little bit too much for me to handle. Because I'm getting maxed the fuck out right now. But whatever. And then at the end of the fight, he hits him with like one finishing blow out of nowhere after they go down that waterfall or whatever. And I'm just like, I guess.
Multiple anime, that entire movie. That was JoJo type plot on it.
Yeah.
They got all kinds of broken shit, and at the very end, they just say, "I figured you out."
Yeah, it was like, what?
Bro, yo, B, you know how this? Remember part 3? It's always some shit, and at the very end, there was never an issue.
Right. You're like, bruh.
There was never an issue.
Yeah, I would definitely say, aside from Deku doing that fan service shit at the end,
I think Deku like, oh no.
Yeah, and just a bunch of screaming. I think I for sure preferred Bakugo's fight overall, only because it was a literal fight. Like they were going back and forth, and he was getting fucking double teamed. It was 2-on-1, 2v1.
Oh, and on top of that, it made sense why he was angry because they were annoying as fuck.
They were annoying.
I love them.
And they was making him mad too. Like even with the shit, I like the small aesthetic they did with his eye when it had turned red during the fight. That was live only because of the type of character he is. You know, he high-headed, so it just looked live for his character. But no, that was the only real fight I just got from the movie. They had fucking Endeavor just moving the bombs away, flying and shit. Hawks was also just moving. Like it was we got all these characters. We're not gonna use any of them though. We're only gonna use Deku and have Todoroki and Bakugo do a little bit. Super vanilla, easy money grab. Let's have them eat it up. And I feel like it worked for a lot of people.
I mean, we spent money.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, easy money grab. Easy money grab. Yeah, I definitely think they should have. It just didn't feel like the movie. They put too much effort into it, like storyline, the matchups, the fight matchups. I think the only thing they did that was like, oh, okay, I guess that was kind of neat, or I guess whatever, was when they showed us Roddy's quirk, because we didn't know what it was from the jump for the longest. Like they just kind of stretched it out. And then at the end they showed us it was the bird.
That was the equivalent of saying, I need another paragraph so I can turn the paper in. I'm like, bro, just tell them what the fuck it is.
Exactly.
They had to repeat like 2 of the quotes. And they had to repeat 2 of the quotes. They had like some kind of flashback in the middle of it, which kind of set us backwards a little bit.
Exactly.
Like it didn't really progress. And then when the flashback ended, he like asked the same question again. I'm like, bro, we went no fucking.
And then he didn't answer it. They just went to doing some other shit.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, like I care, but now I'm pissed.
Yeah, and you're not even like, I know it's not a live power just based off of like your character. So I'm assuming it's gonna be something unique. So I'm hoping it's gonna be unique and helpful. Now it was helpful at the end because, you know, plot armor. But I guess it was unique, but I wanted just a little bit more than that because it was really kind of lame. Like,
I thought his quirk at first was like him being hella invasive, cause like he was getting chased.
Right. Exactly, and it's crazy because that was actually one of the better scenes in the anime. How they started off when he was running away from a top hero, fucking Deku, just evading him like that while he has those whips. That was live. I'm like, okay, this is he's moving fast. Even exactly the camera transitions. I was rocking with all of that. He's getting away from a top villain. A top hero. I like that. But I mean, it was cool. It was cute, I guess.
Did you call him a top hero?
Deku?
Yes.
I mean, out of the heroes in the show, yeah. Out of the heroes in the movie.
That's fair enough.
Facts. But I thought that was neat only because for the fact that it was like his true self or true emotions. I like that a little bit, only because when Roddy was trying to give the briefcase away to the assassins or whatever, the bird had woke up Deku and was like, hey, get up, because he's doing this. And I kept thinking to myself, like, why would he do that? And the bird is working with him. But it just goes to show, even deep down, he knew what he was doing was wrong, and he didn't really want it to go down. So okay, I guess it brings symmetry back to that. But as far as quirks go, I would have preferred having that 12-year-old from the training arcs quirk that spews water out of his fingertips, if we're being honest. From the woods, I for sure would have preferred his quirk. But I mean, I guess so. I wouldn't really just tell people I had that quirk. But maybe that's just me.
He said, I wouldn't just tell people I had that.
I definitely wouldn't. But I mean, hey, to each his own. Now, some things I will say that I did enjoy about the movie. Like we were saying earlier, how Roddy was evading Deku in the beginning. That was live. The transition, the animation with that was cool. I like, because even there was some parts where he was like, they were running down at an angle, but the camera would move like vertically, horizontally, just to show how quick they move and how fast, how evasive things are going. I enjoyed that. I like when Deku had Roddy on his back and they were running from the police, and he was using those black whips like Spider-Man. That was some dope scenes.
Yeah.
That was cool. I was like, okay, they showing off the new.
They know what movie's coming out in December.
Facts. I was upset that Deku didn't use any of those moves during the fucking fight against the main villain. Like, how are you fighting this OP villain and you got all these new powers, but you're only gonna just keep punching and kicking? I'm not.
I agree with you on that. Like, I thought honestly for the boss fight, like we was gonna like at least see a glimpse of him using like another of his like hidden abilities, another of his hidden quirks or whatever.
Right.
I was like, that'd have been perfect for that. You know, just see a glimpse of him. I'm not saying
exactly.
He knows, what the fuck going on, but I mean, if you're gonna go that cliche route of them being close ultra, why not? Just
yeah. Exactly.
It didn't work better.
Exactly. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that more. Like I said, I like the new fits, even though we only saw them for like 10 seconds. I did like them, I guess. And I thought I did enjoy some of the villains' powers, quirks, like the I forgot her name, but you know the chick with the bow and arrow. Yeah, that was dope. That was loud.
What was her name?
It was like Bedros.
Katniss.
It was like
Everdeen?
It was like Beros, I think.
No, Katniss Everdeen, dog.
Oh, that was it.
Katniss Everdeen.
She was live. I fucked with her.
Yeah, she was cool.
I didn't really, but she lived at the end, right?
The reference.
Everdeen. I'm not sure where it's from.
I can't let y'all follow.
Damn, that sounds.
But the main character from Hunger Games, she had a bow and arrow.
Ah, okay. I was like, Everdeen sounds familiar, but I don't know where the first name is from at all.
Katniss Everdeen. Come on now, y'all gotta do better.
That's crazy. I really thought it was Caitlyn Everdeen.
Because she's a white girl.
Hey,
my man gotta post this video now of this audio.
No, I like it wasn't too much I liked, but the things I did like, I liked. Cause at the end, did she die? Cause I feel like I saw her in that parachute, right?
But she suicide.
Oh, so she wasn't in that parachute?
Oh,
she
yeah,
did commit suicide?
she jumped in the cavern, right?
She jumped out the
He said, nah, bro, she hit that Legends of Korra season 3. I'm not going back to jail.
Okay.
Man.
I wasn't sure for a second. That's okay. Yeah, I wish she was in the movie a little bit more. Honestly, yeah, I really wish that Bakugo or Todoroki would have fought her, because I don't know. I feel like she wasn't done justice. Like, they didn't use her to her full potential for the movie.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Like, they could have given her one more battle.
Facts.
And like replace one of the other villains with her. I was more interested in her than the other two.
Definitely. And I don't even know the lion dude's name. Whoever Todoroki was
similar
fighting.
to the training court, the one where, well, I don't know, it didn't say much about it, but you remember the one where you can make things small and then you turn back to the normal size? Because they were small on this knuckles and then they dropped and they were.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I remember that. I liked his quirk. I mean, it's crazy because I kind of see you. We kind of seen that before too, even in Naruto and Boruto. We just making things smaller and bigger, but it worked in the movie. I enjoyed it.
And it was something. It created it was dynamic for what they used it for. I can give it that much. And then combining with her arrows, I was like, look at that.
Yeah, that was dope. Good teamwork, good chemistry, good synergy. I like that.
That's one thing they could probably do to make My Hero a lot more interesting. Have random combinations of the main characters and villains.
Mm-hmm.
Start doing team attacks.
Right.
Just straight up.
Some duos.
One thing about My Hero is with the quirks and stuff, the stuff is still very interesting. I don't think I've ever been bored looking at it. Well, I mean, I said that shit. Remember the kid with the water. So,
right.
I don't really think I've been too bored looking at quirks. And even with Rhodey, I thought his quirk was it was.
It's different.
It was adorable,
Yeah, it was cute.
So my man had a Pokemon. I wasn't complaining. No, that was a Digimon. That was Digimon.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Pokemon level, not yet.
I was like, yeah, Digimon.
that was a Digimon. That's what that was. So, or it was that, or next thing you know, he wakes up the next day, and all you hear is Zaki.
But what do y'all think? Some things that My Hero could have done to make the movie better? Because for me, even like the background music was a hit or a miss sometimes.
Yeah. Background music. I know one of my biggest gripes was we were just complimenting the fact they had, that little cool team of them, two villains, and they just kind of instantly off them in 2 seconds. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, was that supposed to be like for some kind of shock factor? Like, oh, this is really real, or like?
Yeah, that's how hardcore these guys are. They'll end it like that. They just need to show us that.
Okay. Like, alright.
Anything else y'all would have liked them to do?
Just the fights. I mean, like they could have switched around some of the characters as far as like fights or whatever. Maybe or a little more like the matchups. Just some just seemed a little wonky. I was like, I would like to see like Bakugo, like you guys said like earlier. I think like say Bakugo's fight the Candace girl or whatever, the girl with the long hour. I think that would have been a dope fight. Like
definitely.
Todoroki, I feel like I could see him fight the twins instead, because I think they got the lowest durability out of everybody, I guess, now.
Honestly, that probably would have been an interesting fight. Todoroki against those twins.
An interesting fight.
Because then shit, it's two enemies, he got two powers, fighting with one hand each. That would have been loud.
Right.
I would have fucked with that.
Right. So like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm waiting to see a hero that came out like the ninjas from the Sound Village in Naruto. That's a quirk I want to see. Somebody using sound like that.
Oh, you said the Sound Ninja?
Yeah, you remember the Sound Village that existed for like a whole, I don't know.
For like what, 2 months?
I want to see some heroes from the Sound Village.
I fuck with that.
That shit would be lit. Cause that shit was dope. Yeah, oh man, I know I cut you off, my bad. But come on, that shit would be dope, bro. They come through, it was like, oh, I can fight, and all of a sudden the equilibrium was just done. Eardrums busted.
Yeah, like a black canary or something.
I'm trying to, bro, it would be like Shiva. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. And then, like, you remember whenever Shikamaru got to fight that one chick, and she messed up with the equilibrium with those bells?
Yeah.
Because messing with his ears, he couldn't balance straight.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine trying to run away from an opponent, and all of a sudden you're just tripping and falling. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like honestly, I feel like nowadays they're kind of running out. There's like still a lot of quirks they can come up with, but it's like you can only come up with so many quirks. I think because I'm starting to see some characters or whatever it's just kind of like the same shit.
Yeah.
They got the same shit, but it's like how Red Riot and the other dude kind of the same shit. Honestly, it's like
redundant.
But all right, that's cool.
Hey, and aren't they like equally strength?
Well, I do have a counter to that though. I do have a counter.
Tell me.
Because the way I see it is, in life, that's the kind of things are. Some people just end up having the same abilities. That's reality. Or something similar. It's not going to be the exact same, but it's sort of like, think of like the Uchiha clan. Right? They're like 3 or 4 degrees of being a Uchiha with the Sharingan. You have an ability that everyone with the Sharingan has, right? And then you have everyone in your bloodline has. As far as like your immediate family, then you have your own individual ability. Mm-hmm. You're gonna end up having, at some point in time, you're gonna end up having some kind of overlap with some kind of difference. Because you have your own physical prowess, and you have some kind of genetic code that alters or that differs from other people. But in life, people have similar physical traits, or people have kids. They have similar noses, but then jawline may be different, some shit between 2 different boys or whatever it may be. And so there's a lot of similarities between people and their genetic code and ability. There are people who look alike who aren't alike. So how far-fetched would it be to say that they have similar abilities and similar powers? Especially when you got, say, 7 billion people in the world, but 7 billion, 5 billion have quirks. I think it'd be asinine not to say that people don't have shit. I'm actually waiting to see somebody with the same quirk as another.
Yeah, great explanation of what I said earlier.
Oh, no problem with it.
No, that makes sense. I can understand that for sure. I want to know, taking this movie, because for me, I'm on the fence on like my rating. I think I know what my rating is gonna be, and the more I think about my rating, I try to like compare it to other movies that came out recently, which maybe you shouldn't do, but that's just what I like to do. Like, so when I think about this movie, I think, okay, did I like this movie more than Demon Slayer's last movie? Not really. Did I like this more than One Piece last movie? No. Like, has anybody seen the last Demon Slayer movie?
Yep.
Yeah.
If you were to compare and contrast,
If you play the game, honestly, that's kind of like the movie itself.
fact. So even if you were to compare and contrast the two, which one would you say you prefer?
Demon Slayer.
It's a damn demon, bro. Come on now.
Unanimous.
Come on now, bro.
Okay.
That's not fair.
What about?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the last?
Fair.
Have y'all seen the last One Piece
fair.
movie?
Fucking not. It's not
It
fair.
is fair. Because they both came into the U.S. in the same year.
No.
And they're both shonen.
As far as like content, and anime, that's just no.
Bro, as far as anime, I prefer My Hero, the anime, over the Demon Slayer anime.
Right.
But this movie was not great. It was good, but it was high reflection good. It was
cool.
good.
It was cool.
Like I said, that's 2 different things, bro. 2 different like.
Bro, look, I'm gonna put it like this.
Alright, so
Kids, if we're playing the game, if we're playing the game, and we're competing.
My Hero.
If we're playing a game, we're competing, and we're both playing against one another. If you beat my monkey ass, we're still competing against one another. So you can compare me to you, despite the fact that you outclassed me so dearly. It is what it is. You can be biased and say it's not fair. I outclassed him. You can't
It's
just
like
like
this
me.
feeling of like, okay, I would give that Demon Slayer movie that has like a 10 out of 10. This one compared to that shit, there's probably be like a 2 out of 10.
Oh damn, 2 out of 10.
That's what I'm saying. It's not fair. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll compare that to like its own.
Absolutely. No, we agree.
That's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is,
we agree on the same thing, but it's like I said, when I'm saying not fair in the context of that movie and what they did for that particular anime. Because like that movie elevated that anime. Like niggas is playing a game because that movie literally.
he's like, yo, it just wasn't good, homie. I gotta be
It
honest.
wasn't for me.
Okay, what about the last One Piece movie? Y'all some One Piece fans? Have y'all seen that one?
Hold on. Hold on.
Why are you talking when we talk about One Piece? No, talk about My Hero. Stay quiet.
So let's compare.
Stay quiet.
So let's compare.
Jalen, have you seen the last One Piece movie?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, I won't spoil
That's
that.
when I start with Gold.
Okay, got you.
You ain't watched Stampede yet?
Nah, not yet.
Stampede was
Finish
phenomenal.
on paper.
Oh my gosh.
Keep the conversation on me because you're quiet for the first 30 minutes.
Shut up, Sam.
No, I need you to do the opposite of that. Why are you saying first names? Nobody say anybody's name this entire time. I'm gonna call mine.
It's literally your name on the screen.
I don't. My guy. I don't care. It's the principalities. And you might just be streaming this through audio. You don't even know. Maybe put up some random caption, do some editing so he can show the scenes that we're talking about. You got to go out there and tell people my name. Look, I'm not like you. I'm about to blurt everything. I'm about to say your government, your first, your last name, your address.
So Jalen, let me ask you this: would you have taken this My Hero movie over One Piece Gold?
Definitely not. No. God, no.
Okay.
Gold is
So
a whole different level.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, bro. I even saw some of Gold. As a matter of fact, we watched Gold. Hey, yo, B, didn't y'all bring Gold to Anime like a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah,
Gold. Gold was dope.
Gold is dope.
Gold was dope.
I fuck with Gold.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know what was going on. I thought that movie was dope.
exactly. And that's what really like just kind of grinds my gears about this film, because even when I compare it to My Hero's last movie, because the last one I feel like I gave that like a 9 out of 10. I feel like I did, because the music, the background music was on point, the fights were dope, the animation was incredible, beautiful scenes at the end. I feel like they really took a page out of Demon Slayer book with that last sad ass moment in the movie with the music in the background. It was dope. With this movie, it was just kind of, hey, y'all are fans of My Hero? Take this.
Pretty much.
Like,
Pretty much.
it was just here. Like, luckily the anime and the manga are keeping the fandom together, because that shit is pretty hard. But this was just very so for me. Like, I think if I had to rate it, I think at the end of the day I gave it a B, but I really feel like I'm being nice by doing so. I feel like it's more of a B minus.
I give it a C plus.
And I could definitely see why.
I can agree with the C plus.
I could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be modest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm being super nice. I don't know, maybe because I do like the show, but the movie was very mid to me. C plus, B minus area really. But hey, I'm a nice guy. What can I say? What about everybody else? Everybody tell me what y'all giving it down below.
If I had, I'd probably give it like a.
Definitely.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I should give it. I don't want to give it a 6 out of 10 because I've rated some shows a 6 out of 10 that nowhere near as good as this. So I give it. If I can't give it decimals, I don't know if I want to give it a 7.
say,
It's
like,
somewhere
if
between
it-
6 and 7.
I would say like
6.5?
Yeah.
I give it a 6.5. Yeah, if I could, yeah.
6.5.
Yeah. Like 6.5, 7, around
But
there.
if I need to be more accurate, 6.7. That'd be as accurate as I could go.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can't blame any of y'all for that, because it sounded like we all saw the same movie. We all saw the same film, definitely. Because it wasn't nothing that just got me hype. It wasn't nothing that I just want to recommend to my friends. It wasn't nothing that makes me want to watch it again. Super vanilla, super redundant. But I mean, hey, good fan service if you like that type of thing.
I wish we should have called more of the drugs they were using. Like the twins were using the drugs, the enhancement.
They did. Were those the same drugs from
That was fucking
season 3? Or were those different drugs?
I want to see more about the drugs.
Those were the same drugs from the. Oh, season 4? You're right, season 4?
Oh, that was season 4, wasn't it?
When if I overhaul.
Right.
Was season 5 when Bakugo and Hiroki got their license against those villains in the street.
Right. So were those the same drugs from season 4 or no?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Because when they took them, I was like, oh shit, okay. I guess they're about to power up now. That's not fair, but I guess so.
They should have gave the drug to the girl with the bow and arrow.
Oh, she probably would have been a dog with it.
But Nah, she got the off herself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wasn't.
So wait, who the fuck had? Okay, so who the fuck had the parachute?
I swear I thought that was the girl with the bow and arrow, but that doesn't make sense because then
That's
she's
what I
just
thought.
out of the movie. Like,
I don't know.
unless it was the pilot.
It could have been the pilot.
I thought the pilot died.
You know what? No, because the pilot did die. I feel like I saw the pilot crash into the rocks.
And the other dude was frozen on the ground. So she's the only person I can really think of that makes sense.
But it's crazy because if that was her, then why didn't she continue fighting? Like they're just wasting the character. But
the whole scene out of it.
But like why? Yeah, like if she was gonna use a parachute, why did she make that big scene like praying in the chopper before jump? Like, I didn't like the movie. I was not.
It didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. There was a lot of holes. I wasn't entertained.
The bullet was everywhere.
Yeah, it was sporadic. Like
Yeah.
it was a fan grab. It was a money grab. Really redundant. Really cliche.
Unlike the other two My Hero movies, it was all set in one location. While this was just...
Yeah, that's true.
This one was too, bro. What do you mean?
I mean, this one was kind of different because they gave us like different aspects of all the heroes going around the world.
Yeah.
And there's bombs all around. Like I feel like with this movie, more was at stake, kinda, because there's bombs literally everywhere. But
Yeah.
like once you get away from that, because we're not even in those other countries that long. Like we're not even looking at these other heroes fight or nothing like that really. Like we getting like small glimpses and clips, but nothing more than like 2 minutes. We're not seeing the bunny. Was the bunny girl even in the movie?
Nah, she wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
Honey
Miracle.
Girl Senpai.
that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, you heard it here first. My review. I'm giving it a super nice B-, being super nice with that. So I can't express that enough. Super nice. But you've heard all of my great guest opinions here down below, whose socials will be in the description of our brand new anime channel, exclusively anime, JVTV. Catch you soon for the next anime review and the One Piece review coming up soon, because it is going to be fire. Can't express that enough.
Like Sabo.
Hey, dropping gems.
My man loved him some Sabo.
So, peace.
You know, I was just venting, man. You know.